Guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching and commenting on my videos. And also thank you so much for the suggestions that you guys have been sending. I'm actually going to do a video on one of the suggestions that someone, I don't remember who, I apologize, sent to me recently. They want me to talk about the difference between INFJs and INFPs. And because they themselves are confused about whether they're an INFJ or an INFP. If you're confused about if you're an INFJ or an INFP, I'm pretty sure you're an INFJ because INFJs spend all of this time analyzing and obsessing about whether they're an INFJ. I've spent so much time negating myself as an INFJ. I'm like, no, I'm not an INFJ because I'm not cool enough to be an INFJ. I'm not rare enough. I'm not quirky enough. And then I read up on it. I'm like, shit, this sounds exactly like me. The basic difference, obviously, between an INFJ and an INFP is the J and P part. So I'll just go a little bit brief into it. What is a J and what is a P? I think of it as, and this is very basic because I like to keep things simple, is that J's, and I'm a J obviously, J's are all about routine and about to-do lists. Okay, so if you know J at all, they are really organized. Like they've kind of set up their day in silos. Like I have a to-do list for every single day. I know exactly what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it, where I'm going to go, what events am I going to. It's all set up perfectly. Of course, because I'm an introvert, sometimes I don't go to all these events, but I know exactly what's going on all the time, and I have it all scheduled out for myself because I need to know. This is a control thing for us. We need to be in control. The J also people think of it as judgmental. I don't like judgmental as judgment as people think of it. It's a very negative thing. I think of judgment as the fact that we are constantly putting people, analyzing people. We're learning about people. We're collecting data on people. We do that all the time. That's our true trait, I think, and that really matters to us. We're constantly doing that. Constantly speaking to people and constantly not putting them into boxes necessarily, but like analyzing them. Okay, what is this person? What are they like? What do they like to do? What's their dream? Constantly doing that. It's our thing. We love it, right? P's, on the other hand, I think of them as spontaneous fairies. I think of them people who are like, they'll decide, yeah, you know what, in the moment they decide, I'm going to go do this, and they do it. They don't have any routines. If you ask a P, what are they going to do today? They're like, I don't know. I don't know yet. The day has just begun. I have no idea. It'll come as it comes, and I'll figure it out as it goes. For a J, that would be like, oh my God, I need to know exactly what's going on. Now, I'm not saying that we are like completely stuck in our ways and rigid, although we are in certain ways, but we do this control thing. We have the schedule. I have the schedule because I want to make sure that I take care of everything. Because when I take care of everything, when I go out with my friends or family and I'm partying or doing all that stuff, I know that I've taken care of everything. I have nothing to worry about. I don't have to think about anything. Right? And so we can be very spontaneous once we've taken care of all the rest stuff, right? And I have this thing where if I know what I'm going to do for the rest of the week, I can take a couple of days off and just go and roam around with a P. A lot of my friends are Ps because it balances us out. I can go roam around spontaneously with my friends who are all Ps because I know I've taken care of all my work. I know exactly what I'm doing, so I don't need to worry about it. But so we can be spontaneous as well. I'm not saying that we can't, but we need that control. We need that setup in order to be spontaneous. Whereas for a P to be spontaneous is just their thing. They are spontaneous all the time. They get up every day and they don't have a schedule. They don't have to-do lists. They will never have a to-do list. It's insane for you to even suggest that. My ENTP friends always tell me, I wish I had you as an assistant or an INFJ as an assistant because we would take care of all their scheduling needs and they would just have to be like, okay, where am I going next? And then we tell them. Of course, I would tell them that's not going to work for you. You don't like a schedule. It would be actually horrendous for you. You'd hate it. You like the idea of having no restrictions on your time. Ps like not knowing what's going to happen during the day. They like the spontaneity of it. That's why a lot of them don't work out when they're in 9-to-5 jobs because it's very rigid for them. A lot of them are very creative beings. Not that INFJs are not, but we're creative in our own rigid, restricted ways, right? Whereas Ps are very much like open and they're creative in such a awesome. Yeah, I love being around peas for that reason because it really enhances my creativity as well, right? So that's the basic essential difference between INFJs and INFPs. Obviously, if you are wondering if you're an INFJ, you're probably an INFJ. Do you know why I say this? If you're wondering in between them, be like, am I an INFJ or an INFP? An INFP is never going to sit there and wonder if they're an INFJ. Never. I'm not even joking about it. They don't have time to wonder about that stuff. They don't think about things like that. They don't analyze things like that. They're not spending their time on it. They're spending their time on spontaneous creative activities. They don't spend their time analyzing. Not saying that they don't analyze at all, but they will never spend hours and hours and hours analyzing themselves thinking, am I a J or a P? I think I'm a J because of this, but I think I'm a P. They won't do that. It's not in their personality. They're way too open and free for that. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you are doing that analysis, I have to say that you're an INFJ. I could say with absolute certainty that you are. Again, I don't want to say 100%, but I can say with a lot of certainty that you probably are a J because you're spending time analyzing, and that's something Ps don't do. INFPs won't do that. One of my really good friends in Chiang Mai, Janie, she's an INFP, right? Big feeler, empath. Oh my god, such an empath. We're empaths, but we're different empaths. I'm an empath too, she's an empath, but she really feels people. I'm able to close myself off from feelings when I know that it's going to hurt me. She can't. She just feels and feels and feels and burns herself out. She's also a P, so her days are a cornucopia of random events. She goes here, she has a brunch. She goes there, then she does something. She meets random people on the street and goes for dinner with them. It's just madness. I look at her schedule and I'm like, I feel overwhelmed by it. Whereas she looks at my schedule and my to-do list and she feels like, oh my god, you have every single moment accounted for in your to-do list. How do you even breathe? And for me, I look at her, I'm like, how do you even breathe, right? So it actually really shows me the difference between us. It's so profound because she's definitely very much of a P and I'm definitely very much of a J. I think we might be on both extremes. If you are confused still about an INFJ versus an INFP, I would say that you think about your schedule, about your day. Think about how you set up your day. And that in itself will give you an idea. Every single J that you meet, they will at least have some kind of to-do list. Something, at least on paper or on their computer. If they're really extreme, they'll have like long colored Excel sheets filled with to-do lists. Or if they're really, really extreme, they'll have bujos, which are like bullet journals where they color it in, they write it in, and everything is like perfectly aligned. I'm not at that stage. I just have a to-do list. But they will definitely have something like that. If you have something like that, you are a J. Ps will never, ever do something like that. It's just not possible for them. Personality-wise, it would be too restrictive to them. They would feel suffocated by that. So that in itself, if you're nodding, yes, I do have a to-do list, you are a J. It's just an essential basic difference between the two. I hope this helps to whoever asked me this question. If you're still confused, please let me know and I will expand on it further. But I think I want to keep it simple because I think as INFJs, we do analyze ourselves to death. And I just want you guys to realize, just be fine with it. You're an INFJ. You don't have to worry about it. Just be with it. Learn more about yourself and keep on going. Don't debate this issue to death. It's not important. It's not important if you're an INFJ or an INFP. All that's important is that you know yourself. Know yourself. Know how you react to the world. Know why you do things the way you do. It doesn't matter what personality type we are, but we need to know ourselves, know our reactions, our emotions, our dreams, our desires, our purpose. Why are we here? That is the most important question. It doesn't matter if you're an F or a P, or a J or a P, all right? All right, thank you so much again for listening. I hope that you guys have an amazing day wherever you are. And I will see you guys in the next time around in the next video. Bye for now.